Hello and happy Valentine's Day special! Cooking with my friends again, favorite day of the week. Let me get the recipe page on here so we can all be cooking together because it's my favorite place to be. We're going to make some yummy things. We're going to make everything pink and red because that's what you do with a Valentine's Day special. I posted what we were going to make, and then Linda Steele, she's so sweet. She's like, wait, you're not making anything strawberry or cherry? And I'm like, oh, that's actually a really good idea for like Valentine's. So we're going to make the pancakes with a strawberry topping because I think the original recipe was a blueberry topping, but we're going to make it strawberry because it's Valentine's special. You could use your favorite fruits for the topping. Megan, hi from Toronto. Happy early Valentine's. Happy Valentine's. Thank you for joining me from Toronto. It is freezing cold here in Minnesota. I think it's -4 today, and I bet Toronto's pretty chilly too. So we could be chilly together. Tammy, hi from Vermont. Hello, all the way in Vermont. Thank you for joining. Okay. Woo! Just knocking things over. Right before we start, you know that is. Okay. I'm just breaking the world. Trying to move my laptop. All right, we're going to start with our pancakes. And while those are cooking, then we'll make our red beet slaw, which is so yummy with a Rosemary Tahini dressing, which is really pink, and it's just so pretty. So I just have a little griddle here. And I know everybody's been on this, me too, because it's so fun. The chaffle, the waffle, chuffle, those kind of things that kick. It is so fun. Hi, Shayna. Kim, hi from Ukraine. Oh, thank you for joining me all the way from Ukraine. That is so fun. So I noticed that the little mini dash waffle makers are dash waffle makers, and I just randomly noticed that my griddle that I got is a dash griddle. Didn't know it until I was cooking one day with it, and I'm like, hey, that has the Dash brand. So I'm in with all y'all. I do not have a mini dash waffle maker because I don't got the patience to wait that long to make like 5 of them, so I just have bigger waffle makers, but they work too. Patty, hi cutie, hi Aunt Patty. Samantha, hi from Edmonton, Alberta. -45 Celsius with the wind chill. Brr, that's really cold. I don't even know what the wind chill is. I don't even look at that anymore because it's just, I've been cold all day, but it's okay. We'll get through this. We're working on our ice tan, freeze tan. It's good for us. I heard that 15 minutes of shivering is the equivalent of an hour workout. So who needs to go to the gym when you're freezing? Delia, hi from Saskatchewan, Alberta. Oh, so fun, Canadian friends. All right, so we're going to start on our pancakes. This recipe is in volume 4, or it's in Cooking with Joy, because Cooking with Joy is volumes 1 through 5. So I'm going to cook out of the big book because it's just easier all in one. Hello from Long Island on Instagram. Welcome. I bet it's nice and warm in Long Island. And all of us freeze babies up here, but it'll be okay. So we're going to make red velvet beet pancakes. Now you might be thinking, beets in pancakes? That's gross. But no, you can't even tell they're in there, and they give it just such a good flavor. So this is a way, like if you want your kids to eat their vegetables, make them this. They won't even know it's in there. Tina, hi from Norway. Oh my goodness, welcome from Norway. Thank you for joining me. All right, so let's dig in here and let's get cooking. So in Cooking with Joy, this recipe, the red velvet beet pancakes, are on page 111. So we're going to start with that. So we have our skillet heating up here. I'm just going to lightly oil it. It might smoke a little bit, just a little bit, so our pancakes don't stick. But this is pretty good skillet that I haven't gotten anything to burn on there, so it's pretty good. So we're going to get our scale out, we're going to get our bowl, and we're going to start by adding our beets. We're going to do 2 ounces, just canned beets. Now, if you're using raw beets, you might have to cook them first because you want them pretty soft. And I'm not sure if this would work with raw beets. You could definitely try it. Blend them up and see if it works. Jay, hi from Wisconsin. Oh, hello, Wisconsin neighbor. That's not too far from Minnesota. So fun having you join. So we're going to do 2 ounces canned beets. I just opened a can of beets and put it in a bowl. So I'm just going to throw 2 ounces in. And we don't want the juices yet, but save the juices. So if you're opening your can, don't drain the juice, because we're going to want that for later. I'm going to grab a napkin, because beets, that will stain stuff like crazy. Sweetie, hello, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for joining. Yes, early Valentine's. Love you guys so much. All right, so we're going to blend our beets. I have just a little hand blender here. And let's unplug something. I had to get a new hand blender because my other one broke, but I just got it off of Amazon, so it's not very hard to find them. So if you need a good hand blender, I would get it on Amazon. I like that you can adjust the speed, which is kind of nice, because if you're wanting to make something and you don't want it to spill everywhere right away, I can't plug this in. There we go. I don't know why that was so hard. We're going to move the skillet so we don't burn our cord. So we're going to blend the beets, and I'm going to turn this down to a little bit lower setting so I don't get splattered. You could probably just mash this with a fork, but you don't really want chunks. I like to look for when I was buying my hand blender. Get all this stuff out. Oops, spilling beets everywhere. Let's see. Yeah, it did go down a little bit. You don't want too tall of this part of the blender. You want this pretty flat. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to just blend little things at a time. Peggy, so beets and pancakes, I guess they'll be pretty and red. They will, and they will taste good. I promise, they do. Janice, hi from Jan Peterson, Ottawa, Canada. Welcome from Canada. Susan, hi from Ottawa, Canada. Oh, to Ottawa, Canada. It's so fun. Cindy, hi, Cindy. All right, so I splashed some beets on the floor, so my beets did shrink, so I'm going to add one little tiny beet. There we go. To make it two. And then we are going to add our banana. We're going to do 3 ounces banana. I just have some banana left over. That's why the peel's a little bit brown, but it's still good. It was from this morning, but that's okay. So we want 3 ounces banana. It's 2 ounces. The browner your banana, the sweeter it's going to be, but there is a point of no return for if it's like completely black. You don't want your banana completely black. But when it's kind of like this is a pretty good banana for like baking and cooking. So we have the perfect, you don't want a green banana. That won't be sweet at all. Just going to unplug this. So we're going to do 3 ounces banana. 7. Perfect, 3 ounces. And then we're going to do an egg. And I always weigh my eggs because I get them from a farm, and they always weigh different sizes. And they always come out different sizes. So 1 egg, raw or cooked, should weigh 2 ounces. And that's a half of a protein. 2 eggs should weigh 4 ounces. And this was a perfect 2-ounce egg. Then we're going to add our baking powder and baking soda. We're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of each. I've just found that that's like the perfect amount for when you're baking and cooking. 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. And then we're going to do a little bit of salt. Whenever you're cooking with fruit, you always want to add a little bit of salt because salt brings out the sweetness in everything. It's amazing. Shani Boo 68 from Instagram. So happy to be able to watch today. Thank you for joining me on Instagram. So fun having you here. All right, so we're going to do a pinch of salt, and I like quite a bit amount of salt because it's just, it's not like, oh my gosh, that's really salty. It's just perfect. It just brings out the sweetness of things. Then we're going to add, I kind of ran out of vanilla extract, so I'm going to do almond extract. So just a splash or however much you want in there. You could do like a 1/2 teaspoon or less. Then Then we're going to mash this up. So I'm going to use a fork just to mash this banana and get everything nice and mixed. Now, I just noticed in this recipe, I never said when to add the oats. Oops. So once we mash this, then we'll add our oats, and we're going to add 2 ounces Greek yogurt. It gives it a creamy, just a very creamy flavor to it and texture, kind of like a cheesecakey pancake, which is delicious. So we're going to get our banana nice and mashed, no big chunks. And yes, I forgot to put the oats. Baking soda, salt, vanilla. Oops. You know what? Accidents happen, but we're going to make it work. So if you have Cooking with Joy or Volume 4, you're going to add the oats to the batter. It's me, Sean. Oh, you did a video for my ladies and you're the best. Oh, Sean, it's so fun having you here. And oh, you are so sweet. That was so fun for you to ask for that and share it with your ladies. What a fabulous idea. So we're going to do 1 ounce uncooked oats. You can use rolled oats. My favorite are regular rolled oats. This is a multi-grain hot cereal, which will work also. It's, what's in this? It's oats, barley flakes, rye flakes, and red quinoa. That works also for pancakes and those kinds of things. You could use quinoa flakes. That would work also. Or just rolled oats. Those work perfect too. It's kind of fun to try different grains, see what they do. And then we're going to add 2 ounces plain Greek yogurt. I grabbed the yogurt. Here it is. It's hiding behind here. And this is my favorite yogurt. I get it from my local Aldi's. Otherwise, if you just find like a whole milk Greek yogurt, they're like the thickest and creamiest and like the perfect consistency. Look at that. It's just so thick and creamy. My favorite. So we're going to do 2 ounces plain Greek yogurt into our pancake mix. Perfect. I unplugged my skillet because it was smoking a little bit too much while we were trying to cook it. All right, then we're going to mash and mix this all together. If your batter here is a little bit too thick, you can add a splash or 2 of just the beet juice to give it a little thinner texture. And I think I am going to do that. Just add like a spoonful or 2 and kind of mix it because you want it pretty thin, but not too thin. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to get my beets here, just a little bit of the juice. Maybe we'll do 2 spoonfuls. So about 2 teaspoons, I would guess. Then we're going to mix it up. And this is kind of the consistency that you want. Kind of runny, because that's like pancake mixture. You don't want it too thick, and you don't want it lumpy. But with oats, it's not going to be like super smooth, but it will work perfect as pancakes. All right, so we have our skillet. It's nice and hot. Time to add the pancakes. I'm going to grab a spoon. And we're going to make these a little bit smaller pancakes because it makes them easier to flip than making really big pancakes. But depending on your skillet and your flipping skills, say that quite slow, and your skills at flipping pancakes, you can make them big or small. How much beets? I did 2 ounces beets, and that counts as your like fruit serving because you can swap fruits and vegetables. You can swap vegetables for your fruit serving, but not the other way around. So at lunchtime, you can't just have all fruit. I know, that would be so fun to do that, but that just, it doesn't work that way. But you could have all vegetables if you want. So we're going to put our pancake batter. You could even make these really small, like the pancake cereal. That's really fun too. Can you use ricotta cheese instead of yogurt? You sure could. That would be delicious also. You would do 1 ounce ricotta cheese because that would be 1/4 of your protein instead of the 2 ounces Greek yogurt. because 2 ounces Greek yogurt is 1/4 of a protein, and 1 ounce ricotta cheese is 1/4 of a protein. Ooh, this is going to make quite a lot of pancakes. Running out of room. Keep adding to this last pancake. And then just like regular pancake mix, you're going to let it cook until you see some good bubbles starting to form. And then you kind of know that they're almost ready to flip. I like to let them cook just a little bit longer because it's easier to flip them when they're pretty done. So you can just kind of let them cook a little bit. See, that one's kind of getting fluffier, so you know they're almost ready to flip. Brittany, hi, Brittany. Thank you for joining. So while that's cooking, I'm going to grab another bowl, and we're going to make our topping, our pink, beautiful topping for these pancakes, because we have 2 ounces beets, and then we have 3 ounces banana, so we have 1 ounce of fruit left for our breakfast. Peggy, wow, that made a lot. Cool. It does. And guess what? You get to eat all of these. That's like win-win, the best. So fun. So we're going to let these cook, get nice and cooked through. And while we're doing that, I'm going to do 1 ounce of strawberries, or you could do your favorite fruit. You could do blueberries, cherries, you could do fresh fruit, but I like to use frozen fruit because then when you microwave it, it gets nice and juicy, and that's kind of what we want for our topping. Now these strawberries were frozen, and then they thawed, and then they froze again, so they're in one big chunk. So we just want 1 ounce. Too much. These are whole strawberries. That works too. Perfect. 1 ounce. Then I'm going to pop this in the microwave for about a minute, or maybe we'll do like 45 seconds, because we don't want them like completely like cooked. Let's see, where did I put this? Let's flip these because you can kind of smell them. They're getting done. Now, you don't have to put the Greek yogurt in the pancake batter. You could just do 4 ounces Greek yogurt on top. That is definitely an option. Oh no! I need Kelly here. Her pancake flipping skills were amazing. I need to hire her just to flip my pancakes. Oh, I'm doing a bad job. Okay. No pancake. There we go. That pancake did not want to cooperate. Turn my skillet down just a little bit because we don't want our pancakes burned. We just want them nice and cooked. Pancakes are stuck together. Aren't they so pretty and pink? Where are we going to put this one? Perfect pancakes. They're nice and fluffy. That's what the baking powder does. The baking powder makes them nice and fluffy, where the baking soda makes them nice and brown. And put together, they're like the perfect combo. Tammy, are the strawberries frozen? Yes, these strawberries are frozen, but you could definitely use fresh strawberries if you want to. My favorite's frozen because then they can never spoil in your fridge by the time you're waiting to get to them, and then you're like, oh no, they're all spoiled. So here they got like nice and saucy. You get all that nice juice. Can I show you it, or will it spill? We don't want it to spill, but there's some nice juice in there, which is perfect for when you're mixing it with the Greek yogurt, because then it's a nice thin consistency. Sweetie, your sister's the best pancake flipper in Minnesota. You need her in the kitchen with you. I do. I really do. She's working today, so she couldn't join me. But I guess she can go to work. That's pretty important. But yeah, she's got some mean pancake flipping skills, which is amazing. Then we're going to do 2 ounces plain Greek yogurt for our last 1/4 of a protein in with our strawberries. Let's just add a dollop. 1.9. We want 2 ounces. Perfect, 2 ounces. Then I'm going to use a fork because I kind of want to mash my strawberry and kind of break it up So it makes more of like a strawberry sauce, but without blending it. And then I'm going to add a pinch of salt, because again, salt brings out the sweetness of things. Just a little bit. You don't need too much. And then we're going to mix and mash our strawberries and yogurt. And if the consistency is too thick, depending on if you're using fresh or frozen strawberries or whatever fruit you pick, you can add a spoonful or two of the juice or the liquid from the can of beets, which I'm going to do. I'm going to add just 1 spoonful. It gives it such a pretty color. This is like nature's food coloring. Look at that. It's just so pretty and pink. Amy, hey Amy on Instagram. Thank you for joining. Peggy, what kind of yogurt do you use? My favorite is from Aldi's. It's Friendly Farms. It's whole milk, plain Greek yogurt. And it is the thickest, best consistency that I have found. The Walmart brand whole milk Greek yogurt, that one's pretty good too. It's a little bit harder for me to find by me because every Walmart's so different. You never know what they're going to have at their store. So I think our pancakes are done. I'm going to put them on a plate. I guess I don't need to put it on the scale. So let's get our pancakes off here. Oh, yes, they're perfect. You can tell because they're done on the other side. Get off. Pancake Lego. Let's make a big old stack of pancakes because it's kind of fun. So we're going to put the biggest pancake on the bottom. Oh yeah, that's done. Let me show you this. Look at it. It's so pretty and pink. Who doesn't want pink pancakes? All right, so add that pancake. Then we're going to take the biggest to the smallest because we want to make a big old stack. You could make these in the waffle maker if you don't want to make pancakes. You might want to split the mixture depending on how big your waffle maker is. I have like an 8-inch Belgian waffle maker. I would probably split this into 2 because you don't want it to just out of your waffle maker. That is a sad mess. Been there, done that. Learn from my mistakes. And if you're using like a mini dash, this would make quite a bit of waffles. I would guess like 4 or more, depending on how thin or thick you want your waffles. Okay, we got our big old stack of pancakes. Look at that. You get to eat all of these pancakes. That is a beautiful stack. I just have to be careful not to dump them. Amy, I see you're making pancakes. What kind of pancakes are they? These are red velvet beet pancakes made with beets. You wouldn't even know it. You get your fruits and vegetables in the morning. Peggy should say brand. Oh, this is the Friendly Farms brand. It's at Aldi's. I'm not sure what other stores because like the stores I have by me are Aldi's and Walmart. Woohoo! It's the Friendly Farms. Is it glared? There we go. Friendly Farms plain whole milk Greek yogurt. It's probably backwards because I have it on the selfie screen. So whole milk Greek yogurt. That's my favorite brand. All right, then we're going to top our pancakes with our beautiful strawberry mixture. We want every little bit, no yogurt left behind. Get a spatula here. All right. Make sure my stack doesn't tip over. Stay there. Beautiful. Big old stack of pancakes. And it's nice and drizzly, so it's kind of more of a sauce instead of just this big gloop of Greek yogurt on top. And it's strawberry flavored because we have our ounce of strawberry on top. And then this is one whole complete breakfast. You get to eat all of this for a woman's weight loss. If you're a man, you probably get more food than that. Not sure what, because I haven't really studied the man's protein portion, but I know it's more than what us girls get. All right, we don't want any yogurt left behind. And here, Janine, would this work better for muffins or donuts? Oh, would this batter, gotta read slower. Yes, this definitely would work as a muffin, a donut, or just like in a little baking dish. Works perfectly. I think I actually have a red velvet beet bake. It's on page 113. I think it's in volume 4 also. And that is kind of the same mixture, but I put chia seeds and ground flax seeds in there. But you wouldn't have to do that. You could make this as a bake, a muffin, a waffle, a cookie. You could make it as a cookie also. So here is our beautiful stack of pancakes. Yummy! And you get to eat all of this for breakfast, and this is your full breakfast, and you get to lose weight, and it's pink, and it tastes good. Hooray! Tammy, ricotta would be yummy on top. Yes, it would. You could do ricotta cheese. You could skip the Greek yogurt inside the pancakes, and you could skip the Greek yogurt on the outside and just do 2 ounces ricotta cheese with the strawberries on top. That would be delicious also. All things lovely. Hello, I just received volume 7. Yay, I'm so excited. Bring on the yummy volume 7 recipes. So excited. Thank you for ordering it and getting it. So excited for you to dig in and start cooking. So fun. Love cooking with you guys. Gail, gotta make these for my sweet hubby on Valentine's Day. Oh, he loves beets. Yes, this is so good. And if you could smell this, somebody needs to make smell-o-vision because this smells amazing. How much have 7? Let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 like medium small pancakes. So fun. So awesome. Shawnee, so awesome. All things you and me both. Yay, so exciting. All right, for those of you who have volume 7, shout out your favorite recipes from that volume, and we'll give All Things Lovely a good start on what maybe be her new favorites. So fun. All right, so while we're done with our pancakes, now let's start on our red beet slaw, and this is from volume 5. This is also a very yummy recipe, and your husband would love it also if he really likes beets. I like beets also. How much for 7 books? I'm not sure. That's a really good question. Each volume is $14.99. So multiply that times 7, and that's how much 7 books would be, if that's your question. Which is pretty decent. I mean, that's less than going out for a meal, and then you get to keep cooking. It's like give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat forever. So instead of just going out to eat, get a cookbook and you could be cooking forever. So fun. Shout out, you can find all of my cookbooks and more on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. You can catch up on past episodes, recipes from past episodes, and more on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. So fun to be there also. Yummy! All right, let's start on our red beet slaw with Rosemary Tahini Dressing. If you have tahini and you're like, I don't know what to do with this stuff, now you're going to find out how to make it taste good. Now, tahini is a nut butter. I've had somebody ask me, well, how do you do tahini? I thought it's only a fat. It is a nut butter. It's just ground up sesame seeds, just like peanuts or peanut butter is just ground up peanuts. Almond butter is just ground up almonds. Same with tahini, it's ground up sesame seeds. And in Cooking with Joy, this recipe is on page 231. So tahini counts as a protein or a fat. 239, we want 231. All right, red beet slaw. We're gonna make it with Rosemary Tahini Dressing. How much for, okay, so let's start on this. And this slaw is so good. It's almost better if you make it the night before because then it will marinate in the fridge and get all the flavors beautifully together by the time you eat it the next day. Or like 20 minutes is a good time also. So let's do this. We're going to need a large bowl. I did not grab a large bowl. Can you ever have enough counter space? Let's grab a clear bowl. Then you can really see what's going on. We're going to mix all our stuff together. So we're going to do cabbage and celery and canned beets and carrots. You could, again, use fresh beets, but I would cook them first, probably roast them 350 for like 25 minutes, and then let them cool so you don't burn yourself. Shani, Cooking with Joy is my favorite. If others aren't sure which they want, that's the one I would go with. I would probably do that too, because it is all 5 volumes in one, and I'll let you in on a little secret. So I was going to wait till the end. I have a surprise for you. I'm going to show you something at the end, but I'll let you in right now. So you know there's Cooking with Joy 1, and it's volumes 1 through 5 in one book. I'm almost done with it because I have to finish volume 10. I finished volume 9, so volume 10 is almost finished, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek view of some of the recipes and what it's going to look like in volume 10. Then once that is finished, then I'm almost done putting it together, so it'll be coming out pretty soon after volume 10, Cooking with Joy 2. So it'll be volume 6 through 10 in one big book just for you guys, so then you'll have all the recipes in 2 giant books. So excited. That's coming soon. I just want to like rush and get it done, but I want to make it good and make sure that it's edited nice, and then it'll be perfect for you guys when it gets there. So exciting. So new things are coming. They're in the works. So that was my gift to you on Valentine's because I love you guys so much. Janice, can you use something other than sesame seed butter? Allergies. You sure could. You could use, that's a good question. Instead of tahini, you could use a different nut butter unless you're allergic to nuts. You could do ricotta cheese instead. You could do Greek yogurt instead. Those would not be a fat, but this recipe does not have any protein in it, so you could do that instead of a fat for the dressing. You could just do it as protein and then have a different fat on the side. But you could do cream cheese. That would be delicious also. Shani, that is wonderful. Thank you. I'm so excited. So let's dig into this recipe. We're going to do quite a bit of chopping. So this would be a really easy recipe to like batch cook because it tastes better when you leave it in the fridge overnight or a day or two because all the flavors really get super marinated into the vegetables. So we're going to start with our cabbage. Now I got a purple cabbage because Valentine's and it's pretty and it's purple. So when I buy a cabbage, it's kind of hard to wash the whole thing. So usually I'll just peel off the whole first 2 leaves and just throw those away because you don't know who's touched this thing. Because usually when you see it, it's sitting out with all the other vegetables. People are touching it, looking at it. So this is just easier than trying to wash it and then you don't know what you're doing. So this is how I wash my cabbages. And then these 2 go right in the trash. Otherwise, you could wash these if you want to. But nobody's got time for that. So we're going to do a total of 6 ounces. So we're just going to chop things and add them to our bowl as we keep going. So we want some cabbage. We want some carrots, some celery, and some onions. No onions, but you could do onions. So we're just going to dice these into, I kind of like to do long slices, but you can dice these however you want. You could even get an already chopped coleslaw mix. That works also. So just throw this in, 3 ounces. Then I just have some celery and carrots. You could do shredded carrots. I don't have any shredded carrots in my fridge, so I'm just going to chop some carrots into small pieces. Do just a couple celery, chop them nice and small. Cautious not to cut your fingers. That is usually a goal in cooking. That is not what makes this coleslaw red. We're not going to go with that. Do our carrots. So we're at 4. You could add onions. You could add some of your favorite vegetables, depending on what those are. You could do peppers. You could do broccoli, cauliflower, any of your favorites. I'm going to dice these in just little baby carrots. Little carrot bites. So this coleslaw is it has endless possibilities, whatever your favorites are. You could do green onions. Ooh, you could do artichoke hearts. Those would be delicious. You could do some corn. There's just so many things you could do. Keep going till we get to 6. Let's do one more carrot because we're at 5.8. You could even do red onion. That would be beautiful in this. Ooh, too much. Perfect. 6 ounces. Harvetta, hello. Patty Couch, hi everyone. Hi girls. Thank you for joining. Oh, Robin, thin sliced Brussels. Yes, that would be delicious. Thin sliced Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts remind me of like little baby cabbages. They're so cute. I know another one my dad likes is kohlrabi. That's one of his favorites fresh from the garden. Then we're going to do 6 ounces apple. I have already washed my apples, so I'm going to move this out of the way. So we're going to dice these. We're going to do 6 ounces, so 0 the scale. Depending on your apple, you could just do 1 apple if you don't want to weigh it. But I like to always weigh my apple because look at the difference between these two. We got a teeny tiny baby apple and a giant apple, so you never know how much they come out to. And I like to get my full 6 ounces of fruit because fruits are one of my favorite things. We're going to dice these pretty small and just keep going until we get to 6 ounces. You could make this for dinner, and instead of doing apples, you could do more vegetables. If you just want like a nice coleslaw, this would be delicious with some burgers on the side. Or even coleslaw on a burger, that's delicious also. And this coleslaw, if without using the apples, would just be your fat and vegetables. So then you get protein and more vegetables on the side, unless you're adding more. You could even, if you're doing the 10 and 10 split, this would work perfectly with that also. So we are at 4. This apple might actually be 6 ounces. Maybe. We will see. 5.5. You never know with apples. Sometimes come out to 6 ounces. Sometimes they don't. Perfect. 6 ounces. 1 apple with 6 ounces. Oh, nope, that's a butt. We don't want that. Perfect. Then we're going to add a tablespoon of parsley. Or I just kind of eyeball it and do a big old pinch because a tablespoon is about like that big of a pinch. You want a pretty big pinch of parsley. Parsley is one of my favorite seasonings. Now we're going to make our Rosemary Tahini Dressing, which is super yummy and it's pink, which goes perfectly with our Valentine's Day theme. Now that one is on a different page. If you're Cooking with Joy, it's on page 334. So we're going to go to that page. 334. Here's the picture of it. Doesn't that look delicious? And you could use this dressing for other things. You could use it for a salad if you're not making this slaw. You could use it to dip your vegetables in. So the possibilities are endless. That's why I didn't have it like in the recipe and I put it in sauces, seasonings, and sides, because you don't have to have it with this recipe. You can have it with other things. So we're going to do a 1/2 ounce of tahini. I'm going to take just this small like measuring cup. This will fit the dressing perfectly in it. 0 the scale. My favorite thing is tahini comes in a squeezy bottle. I mean, they need to do that with all dressings. I mean, all peanut butters. That would be amazing. Because sometimes those things can be hard to get out. So you want to give it a good shake, though. Patty, yum. Yes, it's so yummy. Janice, no beets. I forgot the beets. Thank you, Janice. Okay, we're going back to our salad. And we're going to take out some carrots and some things. Because, yeah, you need the beets. Okay, so we're just going to grab some vegetables, take those out. Don't take the fruit, just the vegetables. I'm glad you caught that. I would have been so sad. All right, we're going to do 2 ounces of beets. So let's take out 2 ounces of vegetables. We're just digging in. Okay, we'll set those to the side. Thank you for catching that. How many veggies in total? This is 6 ounces veggies in total because I do 6 ounces veggies at lunch and 14 ounces at dinner. But if you're doing the 10-10 split, you could do 10 ounces veggies total. Let's see, here's my beets. So we're going to take 2 ounces beets. Let's slice them nice and thin. I'm just dropping, testing gravity today, as Linda Steele says. At least I'm not dropping on the floor. So we want 2 ounces beets. I don't know, beets to me just have a really yummy flavor. It's always fun when you're like going out to eat and you hit a salad bar and they have beets. I'm like, yay, I really like those. We just need one more. I think one more slice of beet will do it. Perfect. Okay. Now on to our dressing. Thank you, ladies, for catching that. I would have been so sad. You get to the end of it and it's gone. No problem. Peggy, what is the dressing you're making? I couldn't see your bottle. We are making a Rosemary Tahini Dressing. Shawnee, that's what I love about you. So genuine. Well, if you're going to cook in the kitchen, you're going to make mistakes, and then we're going to fix it and keep going. I don't hide anything from you guys. Because you know what? We all do it. Nobody's perfect. Welcome to life. So this is not a dressing. This is just tahini, which is smooth sesame seeds. So it's a nut butter. So what did you take out? I took out some cabbage, some carrots, and some celery. I just picked out some vegetables and let the scale go negative, and then I added the beets until it went to 0 again. So that works. Otherwise, you could take it out, then 0 the scale, and measure it that way. Patty, amen to that. Progress, not perfection. Exactly, especially in the kitchen. Make a mistake. As Bob Ross would say, it's a happy little accident. Veggies or apple? I left the apple in because I want a full 6 ounces of apples, and I took some of the vegetables out. So I have 6 ounces total of beets, cabbage, carrots, and celery, and then I have 6 ounces apple, which was 1 large apple. Perfect amount. So I didn't take any apple out. But you could take apple out if you want more vegetables. You can do that. But you can't take out vegetables and put in more fruit. Okay. Back to our dressing. We will get to the dressing, I promise. So we're going to do a 1/2 ounce of tahini. So we're just going to keep squirting until it gets to 1/2 ounce. Oh, this is a new bottle. So you can't squeeze because there's the paper thing on top. I find this tahini at my local Walmart. It's by all the nut butters. It's on one of the top shelves. Every Walmart's so different. I've also found this at a couple other grocery stores, so tahini has become easier and easier to find because I used to make hummus and I could never find tahini and it was so expensive. But now they started carrying it at more stores, which is very nice because tahini is used in hummus a lot of times. I mean, you can use it as a nut butter instead. You rock, Natalie. Oh, Patty, you are so sweet. You girls. Now we're going to do 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. So I have my little tablespoon here. So, I didn't need to zero the scale, but I did. So you could either squeeze a lemon or buy lemon juice. This has no sugar or flour in it. It's filtered water, lemon juice, concentrate, less than blah, 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 sodium, something, preservative, lemon oil. So this is pretty much lemon juice. I used to get organic lemon juice, but they stopped carrying it at my local health food store, so I just get this. It's pretty close. You could just do a fresh lemon and squeeze those. My guess is it would be about 1.5 lemons. But we're going to do 1.5 tablespoons. Which is about 1 ounce. So you could just do 1 ounce of lemon juice or 1.5 tablespoons because it's pretty close. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. Shake it up because the vinegar, some of the stuff likes to go to the bottom and you don't want that. You want it nice and mixed. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. You could do your favorite vinegar if you don't like apple cider vinegar, But I've heard that apple cider vinegar is actually really good for you. It's good for your gut health, good for other things too. You can even like do a hair rinse with this stuff, and it's good for your hair. Who knew? But I like to eat it more than putting it in my hair. Okay, then we're going to do rosemary. I just buy my seasonings in bulk. You can find rosemary at your local stores. My daughters and I are watching today. Oh, hello, Christy and daughters. Thank you for joining me in the kitchen. So fun. I was watching your video that you made where you put the cheese in the skillet, those cheese wraps, and then you put the egg on top. Oh my goodness, that looked so good. I was telling my sister about that. I'm like, Kelly, guess what? You could put cheese in a skillet and then fry an egg on top. That was genius, I must say. We're going to do 1 tablespoon rosemary, or you could just do a big pinch. So it's so fun having you join me today. Thank you for joining. So I'm going to do just a big old pinch of rosemary. You can do it to taste, but I want this, and I like to crush mine just a little bit so it's not such big chunks, because it's going in this big old salad, and you want it nice and flavored. Then we're going to do 1 clove of garlic, so you can mince your garlic. Otherwise, again, I bought pre-minced garlic. Whoever put this together, I love them. Saves you all the time of trying to peel those little garlic things or crushing it or getting all those things. You can just buy minced garlic. I got this at my local Walmart. It's just garlic water and citric acid, sodium benzoate for preservative. I mean, that's not too bad of ingredients in there. So I'm going to add about a clove, or I would say it's about half a teaspoon. You could add more or less. Can you really ever have enough garlic? I don't think so. Garlic is just so yummy. I'm going to add just a tish bit more. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of beet juice from the can. Amy, Natalie, if you eat this, what would you put on the side of the salad? That's a really good question. So this salad does not have any protein in it. It's just going to be your fat, your fruit, and your vegetables. So I would have either, you could put some chickpeas in there. That would be delicious. Just some canned chickpeas. You could do, you could make some egg waffles. You could make a fried egg on cheese. That would be delicious too. And you get your protein with this. So we're going to add a teaspoon or just a spoonful of beet juice to make it pink and pretty. I'm going to add just a little bit more because we want 1 teaspoon. Then we're going to add a pinch of salt. And my favorite is pink Himalayan sea salt. You get good electrolytes from that. And then we're going to whisk this all together to make this beautiful. I'm spilling everywhere. That's okay. I'm testing the gravity. And here is our vinaigrette. I can't really show you because it's going to tip. But this, with all your vegetables and the fruit, kind of this vinegariness, because if you sniff it, you're like, ooh, that's quite a bit of vinegar. But mixed in with this, it's perfect. Because if you think of coleslaw, it's pretty vinegary. So we're going to pour this dressing in. It's beautiful and pink with our delicious seasonings that will marinate in there overnight. I'm going to get a spatula to make sure we get all the tahini on the bottom. We want to get our nut butter in there. All right. No nut butter or garlic left behind. Then we're going to toss our salad just a little bit, get it nice and mixed together. And when you leave this to sit, the purple cabbage and the red beets, they kind of soak into the apples and everything turns like pink and purple. It is beautiful the next day when you eat this. Or if you just want to refrigerate it for like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, it lets everything get nice and tasty and marinated. You could do chicken in this. That would be delicious. Tuna, maybe, but I'm not really a tuna fan, so it might taste good in this, might not. You could do some deli turkey meat ripped up in this, or some deli roast beef. That would be delicious, or have them on the side. And here is our beautiful beet salad with our rosemary tahini dressing. Delicious! This will be lunch tomorrow, and then we have breakfast tomorrow. And here are our Valentine's Day meals with beets. Who knew you could make pancakes and a coleslaw with beets, and they taste amazing. They do. I dare you to try some beet pancakes. They're really good. And the beet bake. That one's really yummy too. I remember I had it and I'm like, ooh, that's really good. The beets just give it, I don't know, the texture of the beets when it's cooked in gives it a really good flavor and a really good texture. It's like, it gives it, it's kind of like pears. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Tammy, you could make chaffle with the beet juice to make it pink for V-Day. You sure could. Add like a teaspoon or two of the beet juice, or add like a beet and count that as part of your vegetables or something and mix it in with the waffle, and I think it would cook perfectly, and it'd be perfectly pink and beautiful for Valentine's. So here's our meals. We got lunch and breakfast. This you would side with the protein. This is a fall breakfast, and this is a fall lunch. I think I said it was a breakfast. This is lunch. So that was so fun cooking with you today. And as promised, are you ready for a surprise? I told you about it, but it's still surprising. All right, let me get it up here. Get my laptop out of the way. And I will show you volume 10. Oh no, my battery is running out. We don't want the laptop to turn off while I'm showing. Okay, that doesn't want to stay. There we go. Let's try this again. My cord is wrapped around everything. We're going to make this. Oh my goodness. There we go. Usually I don't have this many technical difficulties. So here is volume 10. It just has to go through the editing process. So I have all the recipes in there. I've done my edit. So now I'm just waiting for my editors to edit it. And then it's got to go through the publishing process, which for volume 9, they were having some delays. So hopefully this time there won't be any delays. But you never know. So it will be coming too. It will be coming soon. One really fun thing that I noticed with this volume is there's papaya recipes. So if you've never tried papaya, or you've tried it and you're like, oh, it's got a little bit of like a barfy smell and barf taste, these recipes do not. I looked it up, I researched it, I found out how to not make it smell and taste like barf. This smells good. Because if you've ever had papaya, it's got a little bit of that taste, but it's a really fun fruit. And I've been noticing it in my grocery store a lot. I'm like, ooh, I got to get another papaya and try it again. If you do a papaya, you can always freeze it and use it later because they're quite large. And if you don't like eat it all in one sitting, you can freeze it for later. Just a tip. So we have, let me zoom in on these a little bit more. We just have some really fun, we got a almond coconut joy recipe here. Can you see this? Let's see if you can see this. Now you can kind of see it. It's kind of hard to see. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There we go. I think we can zoom in even more. So we got some coconut almond joy things. Here's an apple jam chia pudding. So fun. Puff kamut. That stuff is good. We got some mug cakes. We have a blueberry lava mug cake. All the blueberries coming out of the middle. So yummy. Let's go down some more. Oh, here's some. This is a rice cream. So you like make everything. You have some cooked rice in there that's really yummy with berries and coconut. Because for breakfast, you can swap a fat portion for your grain. So if you want to do like half and half of fat and grain, you can do that, which that's what I did in some of these recipes, which just kind of like breaks it up and makes breakfast a little bit fun. Or funner, because breakfast is one of my favorite meals. Here's another mug cake, a rice one. We got some sweet potato toast. We got some chaffle, some egg waffle going on here. It's like an omelet with some cheese and some cooked potato fries and some fruit. So yummy. Let's get to some lunches. Oh, here's a papaya. This one was really yummy. Papaya coconut parfait. And this is another papaya bowl. So yummy. And papaya is a really fun fruit. This is papaya donuts with a lime yogurt topping. Christy will be so happy with the kamut recipe, right? Oh, puff kamut. Yes, that stuff is so good. And you get a lot. Another papaya streusel bake. This one was delicious. A ricotta dip. That one was really yummy with Triscuits. So instead of just oatmeal everything, it's fun to switch up the grain. Peanut butter banana mug cake. This one was so good and so peanut buttery. Upside down pineapple mug cake. All right, let's skip down to some lunch things. We've got apple ricotta cobbler and an almond joy chia pudding. So just some really fun. Here's some almond coconut joy. So they're like almond banana cookies. You get these for lunch, which is so fun. And then you side it with some vegetables. And I think that is a pumpkin hummus or fat-free hummus. There's 2 of those recipes in volume 10 coming soon. Let's see. Ooh, this one was delicious. Apple Waldorf salad. So this has like roast beef in it. Deli roast beef. You could do straight up roast beef if you want. It's got like grapes and apples, whatever you would kind of picture in like a Waldorf salad. If you've ever heard of that, you can Google Waldorf salad. They're quite fun. Here's another banana coconut joys. Another egg waffle, a chaffle recipe, which is so fun. Coconut cream mug cake. Coconut chia pudding. A hummus chopped salad, and this is with a fat-free hummus. I have a fat-free hummus recipe, which is so fun because sometimes you just want 6 ounces of hummus for just your protein. I've been wondering, what kind of peanut butter do you use? It seems like yours is always creamy. That's a good question. I will show you my peanut butter. Oh, here is a lemon poppy seed chickpea blondie waffle. That is a mouthful for a title. And it is a chickpea waffle. So fun. A parfait. Here's another papaya chili lime coconut bowl. So yummy. Some other things. Here's a papaya soft serve. It's like a frozen yogurt. So good. Add water to your peanut butter. Yes, that is a good, you can add like a splash of hot water and then mix it. Don't add too much. Just do a splash. Mix it until it's smooth. Then keep repeating that process until you get it nice and drizzly. Otherwise, I'll show you my peanut butter because it does say stay pretty drizzly the whole time. Another waffle, a mousse, a hummus. Let's show you some dinners. I have a, let's see. Let's find a really good one. Ooh, these are really fun. These were chickpea cheese balls. So it's kind of like mozzarella balls. It's like a falafel mixture with cheese inside of it. And then you dip it in marinara sauce. That was really fun. Chickpea pizza waffle. You could cook the pizza crust in a waffle maker. So fun. Another falafel. Taco ricotta casserole. Then I show you how to batch cook it. This was delicious. This cucumber dilly bowl. So good. Or dilly salad. It's like a cucumber salad. So good. And then we have some sauces, some hummus, some more taco dressings. Just some really fun stuff. So volume 10, I thought I'd give you a sneak peek of that. So volume 10 is coming soon. Oh, Janice, thank you for this. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, thank you, Janice. Happy Valentine's Day to you also. Okay, I will show you my peanut butter. I get it just at my local Walmart, and it's just the Walmart brand peanut butter. It's the organic, if you can see that with the glare. It's the organic peanut butter. They do have it in chunky, but I don't know. It kind of seems like you don't get as much when you're using the chunky because it's thicker. But yes, it does the natural oil separation where the oil and the peanut butter separate, but when you first buy it, if you store it upside down, and then every time you use it, you store it upside down, it keeps it drizzly till the last drop. Like this stuff, let me show you. It's so perfectly drizzly. My sister likes the Smucker's organic. It's a little bit thicker, and to me, it's a little bit more of a grittier texture compared to this where it's like super creamy. Look at that drizzle. Like, you can't go wrong with drizzly peanut butter. No water added. This is just what it is. So my favorite is the organic Walmart brand. Peanut butter should don't need to add any oils to peanut butter. So when you get your peanut butter, it should literally just be organic dry roasted peanuts and salt. There shouldn't be anything else in there. Sometimes there is another brand, it's called Just Nuts, and that's Just Nuts. I don't think they even put the salt in there. Now, I'm not sure. I haven't gotten that brand. I think I've gotten it like one time. But yeah, I really like this peanut butter. So that was my surprises for you. Thank you for joining me for this special Valentine's Day special before Valentine's. I hope you try some of these recipes. Get on the adventure side and try some beets. You'd be so surprised how the pancakes don't taste like beets at all. And even the slaw, you wouldn't even have to add beets if you don't want to. You could just make it with all the other veggies instead, like I almost did. Because, you know, when you're cooking, it's an adventure, and it's so fun. I love cooking with you guys. And remember, you're only one thought away from a good day. Hey, join me tonight, 6:30 p.m. on the Love of God Family Church Facebook page, or if you're personal friends with me on Facebook, join me on there. I share a watch party. We are doing a month of just love. Everything is about love all month because of February. So tonight I will be sharing, and we're going to be talking about love and how it really does affect us and our mental health, even walking in love and all these things, and how amazing it really is. If you knew all the benefits of just being a very loving person and just being filled with love and loving others also, you would just want to just walk around loving everyone all day, every day. So join me tonight, 6:30 p.m. Central Time on the Love of God Family Church Facebook page or my personal page. I share the watch party. It would be so fun to have you join. And again, I love you all so much. If this could be Thanksgiving, which kind of is, Love Fest, Thanksgiving Fest, I'm so thankful for each and every one of you and all your love and support and all the sweet and kind things you've written me and wrote to me, and just all your ideas. I love seeing your ideas, your creativity, your fabulous recipes that you put together. It is so fun. Tammy, it was my 14th wedding anniversary Monday. Oh, happy anniversary, Tammy. 14 years. That is fabulous. Love it. Love Fest. So fun. Shawnee, have an awesome day. Thank you. Kendra, thanks. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the recipe page and Facebook page and Instagram and YouTube later and Pinterest and all these places and my website. If you missed this or you got in late, you can always find the replay on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. The replay will be there. You can find these recipes in Volume 4, Volume 5, Cooking with Joy, and I think the red beet slaw might be in the whole food plant-based volume. I'm not exactly sure. It probably is, since I don't think there was any dairy or oil in there. So it's probably in the whole food plant-based, the slaw. So check out the cookbooks. You can find a recipe index and food gallery for each cookbook. I will be putting Volume 10 food gallery and recipe index on there soon. Working on that. Trying to get Volume 10 in the publishing process so we can get that out for you guys. And then Cooking with Joy 2 is coming soon. Tammy, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Life Unbinged, enjoy your evening. You too, you and your daughters, have a fabulous evening and a fabulous holiday. Let's see, I missed a couple. Sweetie, ciao, and thank you very much. Gail Golden, thanks. Congrats, Tammy. Thank you all for joining me. I never want to leave. I just want to cook with you guys all day. But I guess we have to go. Hopefully see you tonight, 6:30 p.m. It'd be so fun. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me, and I will be back next week with some new recipes. Give me some suggestions. What are your favorites? Maybe, do you want like a new bake recipe? Maybe we'll have to dig out something from Volume 10 and show you something new. Maybe it'll have to be a brand new recipe that I've been working on lately, because variety is my favorite spice of life, and I like to make new things all the time. So, happy pre-Valentine's Day to you, Delia. I'm probably saying your name wrong, and I'm sorry, but it's a really pretty name. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to get out of here before I do anything more. All right, I love you guys. Oh, Tammy, something sweet. Yes, I like something sweet too. Those are some of my favorite things. So yes, something sweet. Maybe we'll do sweet and savory again. So fun. We kind of did that today. Sweet and savory. So fun to put together. I love you guys. Have a fabulous day. Have a fabulous Valentine's. And remember, you're only one thought away from a good day. With joy, Natalie.